Alright, it is like 11:30 right now, and I've just been going all day, but finally got some free time. I could have made free time earlier, I was just working on other things. But I don't feel like going to bed, so I'm just going to get things done out here in the garage. It's been really nice out the past few days, and I don't really want to squander it because I know that cold's coming. And a bunch of parts started showing up for the Camaro. I actually put this little bench together real quick just to kind of keep it all organized, and I spent pretty much all morning cleaning the shop up. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had stuff coming out to like the front of her car. It was getting out of hand. Threw a bunch of just the miscellaneous LS parts in the back of the S10. Trying to keep all the Camaro parts organized. As you can see, the Ls1 intake did show up. It is full of just, I don't even know what that is, to be honest, but it's full of it. It's all in there. So that's definitely gonna have to get cleaned out before I throw that on the car. I still need to come up with different injectors for it. This is my fuel rail setup. And it is for an LS1. I actually got this from my dad's neighbor Andre when I bought that intake for James Brown. He was like, here, you can have this too. And obviously didn't end up using it. But yeah, I think I might try to polish this. And if that doesn't work, I'll probably just end up painting it black. This intake on the outside is actually really clean, and it's one of the few that the map sensor tab wasn't broken off. So that was pretty surprising. Got some intake bolts. We got a Walbro 255 that I put the condom on and the things. I'm just gonna run barb fittings because we're doing just like a high pressure fuel injection hose. Universal throttle cable. Corvette fuel filter regulator. That was like 35 bucks online. I dig that. These are the not head gaskets, exhaust gaskets that came with the Speed Engineering kit. Speaking of Speed Engineering, they sent a pretty dope, well, I shouldn't say they sent, I bought it, but a pretty dope alternator power steering pump bracket that I was playing around with the other day and threw on the car, just to kind of mock up and make sure that it would fit and double check, and it looks like everything's gonna clear no problem. And I think what I'm going to end up doing for that is I was going to pull a pump apart off an old bracket I got over there, but then I was thinking I've got to pull the supercharger off Goldie Hawn soon, and that power steering pump has to come off that bracket too, so I can sell him the bracket. And I figured instead of pulling that one apart, pulling this one apart, doing all that, I'll just put that bracket and pump on my truck, and then that way I only have to pull the one pump apart, and I'll just throw the pump off my truck on the car. I got a harness that I thought was going to be a cut down harness. Turns out it's a China harness. As long as it works, I guess I don't really care. Price was cheap enough. I got the lower radiator hose. I'm going to put something there so that these bolts don't cut it. I got this header off because, oh yeah, here's the converter for it. Here are some TR55 plugs. I like to run these on the NA engines. Longer bolts for this flex plate. I know I'm all over the place. This flex plate is a flex plate and spacer off, I want to say like a 2004 or whatever GMC Savannah van. One of the ones that have like the 6.0 80E combination. This was like 60 bucks, just an off-the-shelf item at AutoZone, and it should be the perfect spacing. I might need a snout spacer, I'm not sure yet, but it's the same setup pretty much that I've got on this one. Obviously it's not bolted in right now and it's slid back, but it'll work great. So if you're interested, there's the part number, or just go to whatever parts store and be like, I've got a 2004 GMC Savannah van 2500 with whatever, I need the flex plate. Transmission mount, U-joint straps. You guys are gonna be so proud of me. I actually got brand new engine head bolts. Look at that. We do have a cam coming, custom grind cam for this application. I will let you guys know more about that once it shows up. And this is, well, it was supposed to be a 3-inch V-band, but as you can see, maybe you can see, as I will tell you, it says right there 3 1/4. There you go, 3 1/4. I was just gonna send them back, but I actually really hate sending things back. It's probably in my top 5 flaws. I really just don't like sending things back. I wasted so much money buying the wrong thing and then just keeping it. But here is the passenger side header, and here is the V-band welded on. I'm gonna hide this part because the rest of it looks kind of decent. I'll show you guys my mistakes. I had to fill in one of my fuck-ups there. It's all undercut because I was running too much heat or not moving fast enough, one or the other. But I'll be honest, this is my first time welding stainless ever. I didn't have any pieces laying around to practice on, so I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. And it actually turned out pretty decent. Let me see how much I can scratch this thing up for you guys. I mean, it's obviously not perfect, but for me, I think it's pretty dang good, and it'll definitely hold. So we are pretty much to the point where I need to pull this engine out. I mean, it's not pressing. I don't need to do it right now because the cam and stuff isn't here, and I won't be able to put it back in until the cam. I guess, I mean, I could do the swap with it in there. There's plenty of room once I pull the radiator back out, but because I mean the cam's only going to be, well, I can show you exactly how long the cam's going to be. That cam will come to there. That's where that cam will come to. Camel come? Great, now all you're thinking about is camel come. But I do need to get the engine back in James Brown, so we can throw that back in there real quick so that I can free up the hoist again, because we're gonna need it for the Camaro. We're gonna need it for Jack Black, because Pops pulled the heads off Jack Black today after driving it over here and completely losing oil pressure, and the thing wouldn't start again, so that's fun. We were debating on, well, I was asking him like, hey, what if we threw this 6-liter in it, since I might not be putting it in Goldie Haul, and I think I'm gonna run the 5.3 for a little bit. We'd still keep it carbureted, because the 6-liter with just a cam will make a ton more power than that thing ever has in its prime. So that might be the secret to getting it into the 11s. And then I ordered a bunch of O2 bungs so I can get those thrown up in the exhaust. But I kind of want to get everything sitting in place first so that I know where I can angle the O2 sensors so they don't come in contact with anything and they're not a pain in the ass to get to. And they're at the right angle, things like that. So I'm going to struggle to get this engine in the car, and then we'll find out what else I want to do after that. Isn't it amusing how much the front sank down there? Alright, so the engine is back in there. It was way harder on myself than it needed to be because the stupid ass steering link on this thing just barely catches the legs of the hoist there. So trying to wiggle it into place and then keep it at like enough of an angle so that you saw what was going on. Don't make me explain it. And then the transmission crossmember was still in the car, so I had to wrestle it up over that too. I'm defeating myself on this one mostly, but it's back in the car, so we're good there. And hope, fuck. I can do that later. I never put the converter bolts in it. Damn it. Oh well, that's something I can do later. I just wanted to do it while it was right here and I could get to it nice and easy. Son of a bitch. Anyway, let me pull this chain off now and clean all the loose debris. I might test fit the Ls1 intake on there just out of curiosity. Alright, hey, look at that, that's cool. It actually does look pretty good. I wonder if that one, I think that one is actually lower, to be honest. I really do want to redesign that steering link. Like, I think for the most part it'll be okay, but I just don't like it. Anyway, I think the next thing up to do is get the O2 sensor bungs welded. Sorry, just distracted thinking about something else. I was thinking I might get different motor mounts. And anyway, the only thing left is O2 sensor bungs for the exhaust, and then I can get that all wrapped and cleaned up and hidden. So I think that'll probably be the next thing we do. Yeah, let's just get to work. Let's not overthink it too much. Alright, so it is about 1 in the morning right now, and I'll be honest, for the past like probably 30 minutes I've just been playing around with different ideas for mounting the alternator. Before you say anything, I know that just bolting it on like that isn't going to work. I was just trying to get the spacing real close, and then I was coming up with different ideas, playing around with different brackets. I might end up just ordering one. This thing, it'll work just fine, but I don't know. Aside from that, I haven't really done anything. I sat the exhaust in there. I had to fight to get this crossover in there, and I thought that like something got fucked up somehow, but I think with the transmission not sitting in the mount right, it was angling the engine, the front down, and it was throwing things off, so we'll see. I do need to put like a little flex piece in here for that situation, but I think it'll be okay. We'll see. So aside from that, I have not gotten anything done. I mean, I sat the engine in there, and aside from that, I haven't done anything. I've just been dicking around with random crap. So I think that's probably gonna do it for today. I know that this was a super unproductive video, but you know, I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to bed. Hope you guys enjoyed what video there was. At least this thing looks like a car again. Oh man. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll see you next time.